why do God care how you live your life? I think we should remember that we don't live our lives for ourselves. We were trusted with this body, and we are supposed to live our lives glorifying God, honoring God, and loving God, right? Worshiping God. That is our purpose here on earth, to love Him, to know Him, and to make Him known. God really cares how you live your life. So it really does matter how we live our lives. We should not just waste our lives. If we are wasting our lives, we are wasting the life that He gave us. We should live our lives 100% for God. Jesus Himself said, deny yourself and pick up your cross daily. That means that I should not first and foremost seek my will, but that I should seek God's will. And that I should seek God's will even to the point of death. Yes, that's what it means. The apostles would know what it meant to pick up your cross. That picking up your cross would mean being willing to die on a cross. So me and you, we should not be cold. We should not be lukewarm. We should be warm. God really cares about how you live your life. He wants you to live your life fully devoted to Him. But here's the thing. Christ is the one that will transform your heart. He is the one that will change you. You need to trust God. Be dependent on Him. He created us in the image of God in the first place. Adam and Eve had a perfect unity with God in the garden. They ate the fruit, they disobeyed God, and they got separated from God, and sin entered into the world. And ever since that, human beings have been longing for that unification with God again, and that perfect unification that Adam and Eve had. We want to see that perfect unification again before we enter heaven. But meanwhile, we get to have the Holy Spirit dwell within us, and Christ Himself says, abide in me and I in you. What a glorious gift that is. So I want to live my life for Christ. I want to give up my life for Christ. I want to say, God, have my life. Do whatever you want to do in my life. I don't live for this world. I live for God. That is who I live for. So does it matter how we live our lives as Christians? Yes, absolutely, because I don't live for this world. I am homesick for a home that I've never been to. For to me, to live is Christ and to die is gain. Make that a reality in your life. Make your life all about Christ and be ready to one day enjoy Him forever in heaven. That is the mindset we should have as Christians, right? When we suffer as human beings, we're very quick to make an assumption of why we suffer. But what if you sometimes suffer for the greater good? You will grow in your suffering. You may not know why you are suffering, but God may use that for good. James 1 says, count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. You will face trials in your life. And Paul as well knew he would face trials in his life. You might have heard this Bible verse, I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. Maybe you've heard that Bible verse means that, man, I can win this amazing football game, or I can win the Super Bowl, or I can win all of these things, because I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. But what this Bible verse is actually about is something so much deeper. If we read from Philippians 4:11 through 13, we see the greater context. Paul is saying, not that I am speaking of being in need, for I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. Whatever situation is, he has learned to be content. I know how to be brought low, and I know how to abound. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. And remember, this is Philippians 4:13. Whatever he's going through, he's learned to trust Christ in his trials and struggles. And we should do the same thing. And remember, just a couple chapters before this is when Paul says, For to me to live is Christ and to die is gain. What Paul has learned is to give his whole life to Christ. He have learned to deny himself and to pick up his cross daily. So what I should do and what you should do is to rely on Christ. Let him transform your life. Abide in him and he will abide in you. With that, live bold, speak truth, show love.